if you remember Mark's chart, he had this kind of per hour rate, and his first job was like this. And I was like somewhere here. Because I was an investment banker. Next slide. Right, so I was doing this a lot. And sometimes in the toilet, and I was in JP Morgan for 3.5 years, and then after I made associates, I went to KKR, which is one of the world's largest private equity firm. So I've been working in finance for 6 years, and I mean the per hour rate is not so good, but the money was all right. So I guess I stuck there. But towards the end of the 6 years, I felt that I just didn't want to kind of do this anymore, and I also felt like there was a lack of meaning in what I was doing, or rather, I felt a need to convince myself that I was doing something meaningful. And I tried to figure out, how to do that during this time, and I invested in like a DVD store, and I tried some other things. But in the end, I didn't really figure out anything except that if I was continuing my daytime job, I was not going to find the answer. So 2010, October 31st, I left my 6 years of finance job. And then at the time of quitting, I didn't know I was going to do entrepreneurship, or I was going to do finance, or I was going to do anything. I just thought, like, hey, I'm just getting out of here. On the 1st of September, which is the day after I quit, I took a plane and went to Philippines. That was right after the hostage situation. And I was welcomed by the tourist organization or government of the Philippines, and on the airport. There was a sign-up sheet. I was the only person from Hong Kong. They were like, oh, welcome. Why are you here? I quit my job, I did a lot of traveling during that time because I was soul searching. I was reading a lot. I was trying to figure out the next stage of my life. And that, I think, helped a lot, because when you go to places like this is northern Chile, the driest place on the planet. And I was cycling with my friend from university, who also quit his job after 7 years with JP Morgan London. So we spent a lot of time kind of just talking to each other, oh man, I'm so happy I'm not doing banking anymore. And then, this place is special because there was no, because it was so dry, there was no living thing at all. Like, there was no bugs, no birds, no flies. We went camping and there was just nothing. Like, you have these annoyances in Hong Kong when you go camping, but not in this place. Like, there's nothing. I think you get to talk to yourself a lot when there's kind of nothing around. And then you start thinking about life and about the future. And one thing that from talking to my friend that we figured was that we both studied engineering back then, electronic engineering and information science. And then we wanted to build something new. We wanted to be creative. We wanted to build something, bring to the world, and leverage our capabilities. And I think the internet startup was a natural thing to do at the time. So I think the perspective is different from Ross and from Mark. I think they had a very clear business model in mind, or at least Ross was. And Mark's perspective was salary replacement, whereas what we thought is just, hey, we want to bring something new to the world. We want to solve a problem. We didn't really think about the money aspect of it, which is why I'm still in Mark's work at the dark age, where I live off my savings. But maybe the next slide. So that was 2010. I quit my job after 2 years of kind of doing nothing and traveling and reading. I talked to my friend. It's like, so it's been 2 years, right? So maybe if we want to do something, we got to get serious. And then the only way to get serious, we thought, was to actually lock ourselves in a room and then just brainstorm business ideas. So we decided to kind of leave Hong Kong, leave kind of people who know us and people who kind of WhatsApp us and things. We locked ourselves in this small flat in suburban Tokyo for 1 month. And then we spent 6 days of the week just not leaving the room at all. We just every morning we get up, we would sit down, 2 laptops, and then we would write things on the whiteboard about what we think the world should be and then how we can help to change it. So we had these lists of things that we thought, hey man, it would be cool to have this kind of happening in the world. And then we'll go to Google and then say, hey, has anyone done this? And then maybe the first day we'll be like, no one's doing it, we should do it. And then the next day, no one's doing it. And then maybe on the 4th day or 5th day, there will be like an app moment where and then someone's done it. And then we'll go out and then we'll go out and go running around this this small place, and then just let's start again. So it was during April, and then it was the tourist season. We cooked 6 days a week, and then we ate out on Sunday. This was my room at the time. It was very simple, small desk. At the end of the month, we came up with 2 ideas, and then this is one of them which we're focused on. It's called Impromptu. And because we are of our banking background, we felt that there was a need for last-minute social planning for busy professionals in Hong Kong, especially bankers and lawyers and people working in finance. Impromptu is an English word with a TU at the end, which means last-minute, like impromptu speech, like what I'm doing right now. And there's so like at 7 o'clock, if you find yourself suddenly free, you finish a conference call and you want to find people to hang out with. It can be dinner, drinks, or whatever. Or it could be weekend activities. For example, this gathering here was also organized on this platform. We want to build something that help people better socialize and focus on offline, face-to-face. Because we think that there's not enough face-to-face interactions happening. So we built this platform. It's been a year or so that we've been working on it. We didn't outsource, so everything was done from scratch. I picked up programming after 6 years of finance, and it was fun. So we applied for a Hong Kong incubation program, which is the Cyberport incubation program. Hong Kong has 2 government-sponsored incubation programs, and they gave you free office, and they gave you an amount of money that you can reimburse against. So the Cyberport one gave you this office. I mean, it has no window, but it's all right. We pay nothing on rent, but we do pay $2,000 to $3,000 a month on management fees. It's okay for an office of this size, I think. And there's a 300,000 grant which you can reimburse. So, for example, Tiffany is our full-time employee, and we're paying her salary. She's a fresh graduate from Chinese University of Hong Kong. And then half of her salary every month is reimbursed by the Cyberport program. So that helps us a lot. So I just want to summarize. I think when I was in banking, I was really just working, not really to work to live, just work. And then I quit to kind of ponder about what was going on. And then now I kind of I find this passion that I want to live to work. So to finish off, I want to share a comic with you. Last slide. It's the last slide. Yeah, it's someone talking to Super Mario. Mario is actually a plumber. So Mario is a plumber, and he said the fame is fine, the money is great, but sometimes I miss the plumbing. I think I don't know how many of you are in finance or kind of finance related, right? So I think you probably agree with the first 2 parts, and then at least for me, I really feel the last part. Like I felt like there was something missing, so I tried to find it.